In my long years, decades life, I should say, as a film historian, never once did I ever think that I was going to be the publicist for the Three Stooges. Now, we all love the Three Stooges. I grew up with the Three Stooges. And then TV just decided to, boom, take it off the air. So I am making these films, which is what I do with all my films. I make the unavailable available. And as the movie man, as I am called, I am doing this with the Three Stooges, especially due to the fact that I have discovered that they really are and were the original political satirists. And what I mean by political satirists, as Jewish comedians of that pre-World War II period, working at the lowest Poverty Row studio at that time, Columbia Pictures, they and their writers decided to say all the things that FDR, our president, who was promoting this Christian nation, a solely Christian nation we were supposed to have in America, they, as Jews, were letting the world know. And remember, Columbia was run by the Coen brothers. The Coens, of course, were Jewish. Now, no other studio, and they all were run by moguls of the Jewish faith. But none of these Jewish moguls dared let the world know that they were promoting, letting the world know of these atrocities that the Nazi party was making. And the thing was, Hitler was really regarded as a friend, an ally to our nation, which was an absolute lie. But everyone was walking around on eggshells at that time. That's why this series that I have so greatly put together and taken such time compiling these films that really no one else has, and due to them thought of by today's ideas as politically incorrect, this is more the reason to show these films, because these films really illustrate what was truly going on. No other studio, because they were all afraid. And this is a proven thing, and there's a film that I've come across made by Monogram, a real low-budget studio called The Beast of Berlin. Now, in this film that features a very young Alan Ladd, they show concentration camps, but not as concentration camps. They show them as work camps. And in these work camps were Christians, were Catholics. There was not one Jew shown. Now that's really bending, like as we hear so much today, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, George, fake news. George's favorite person, so he says that. And George Borzuk, by the way, has discovered me and has discovered this program and helped me promote my feelings to let the world know that the Stooges, these little tiny, and they were small, Jewish comedians, had the brave, sky-high strength to make their films filled with letting the world know of the atrocities of the concentration camps. And George Borzuk, remember that name? You'll be hearing it often. He, in fact, his picture is in every post office in town. George has had me perform at his Greens Club in Suffolk, Long Island, at his Temple Beth Torah, which went over marvelously on the most holiest of days, which really honored me as a goy. It really honored me because here I am, a Gentile, going to a very big, important temple, and on the holiest of days where you pray for the dead of World War II in the concentration camps who have no one else to pray for them. That's how successful this program that I have devised of the Three Stooges versus the Third Reich has become, and has so become to the people of Long Island. So these films, as you'll notice, begin very strongly, and Mo, I don't care what anyone says, yes, The Great Dictator with Charlie Chaplin really made the mark as the real pow to the Nazi regime, but it was Mo Howard who played Hitler prior to Charlie Chaplin, because while Chaplin was working on producing The Great Dictator, You Nazi Spy, starring Mo as Hitler, Curly as Mussolini, Larry as Tojo, that film was already in the theaters. So I want you to enjoy this program, and as Colonel Klink would say to all of you who are not here today with us, Tuzikula! Oh boy, that joke really got you. Anyhow, enjoy the show. This is John Carpenter, the Movie Man.